Hi, it's that time of year again, and I'm going to share my thoughts on the holiday hustle hassle. Now, I still remember how I used to love Christmas, and that's pretty amazing considering how bad my memory is and how long it's been since the sight of tinsel and holly and the sound of jingle bells have made me joyous instead of nauseous. Looking back, I think the magic disappeared just about the time the big kids told me there was no Santa Claus. Because even at that tender age, I think my precocious little mind figured out that if Santa didn't bring all those swell presents, somebody probably had to go out and buy them. So goodbye, ho ho ho, and hello, boo hoo hoo. And since then, Christmas shopping has been my least favorite activity, even worse than having a root canal. Because it gets progressively worse each year as it becomes increasingly harder to figure out what people would like or that they haven't already bought an expensive version of for themselves. Years ago, that wasn't the case. And gift selection wasn't really that much of a problem because, well, take my old Aunt Clara, for instance. She was thrilled if he got her so much as a pair of silk stockings. Does anybody remember silk? Does anybody remember stockings? They were kind of like pantyhose, only they came in two pieces without the panty part. But of course, if Aunt Clara really wanted panties, then you got her something we used to call snuggies. Snuggies were an earlier version of today's bikini underpants, except that they were waist high and they reached down to your knees and they were made of flannel. And as for Uncle Joe, he was happy if you got him a couple of handkerchiefs. Handkerchiefs, though, they were something like Kleenex, only they were made of fabric, and you didn't throw them away. After you used them, you washed them and reused them all the time. And as for kids, well, I mean, we've all heard the stories about how kids in the good old days were just, thrilled if you got them, if they found an orange in their Christmas stocking instead of a lump of coal. Well, it's not the same today. The only way an orange would please a child today was if he got to pick it himself off a tree in Disneyland. Yeah, things have changed, and every year it gets worse, and it starts earlier. The Christmas ads, which used to be respectful enough to wait until the Thanksgiving turkey got cold, they now start competing with space for the post-4th of July ads, and those start appearing in May. It makes me sick. It isn't that Macy's and Nordstrom's aren't lovely stores, but they're not where I wanted to spend my summer vacation, all the money I've been saving for my summer vacation. I mean, you don't believe the problems I've had. Aunt Clara is now out of Snuggies, which used to cost $1.98, and now into $300 designer tennis dresses. Frankly, her thighs look better in the Snuggies. And Uncle Joe has given up handkerchiefs, and he's developed a hankering for Tommy Hilfiger. No. Uncle Joe hasn't gone gay. He just loves Tommy's expensive jeans because he mistakenly believes they make him look young and hip. That ship has sailed, Uncle Joe. As for the kids in my list, all the little boys already own everything from motorized mini sports cars to backyard tree houses with indoor plumbing. And the girls are all flying to Paris regularly with their parents to replenish their Barbie doll wardrobes. What in the name of Rudolph do you buy those little sophisticates that's going to put the Christmas sparkle in their eyes? And selecting gifts to my friends is no easier. It seems we keep playing that can you top this game. You know how it is. If you think Richard is going to squander $50 on you, you feel you have to spend at least $60 on him. And probably for something he'll never eat, wear, display, or splash on his face or body. See, because the choice of gift isn't important. The main concern is that it be in the right price range, and that escalates every year. Where is it going to end? Probably in the poorhouse. Except, come to think of it, poorhouses no longer exist. The people that used to go there now live on welfare and are doing better than you and I, and they have the added advantage that nobody expects them to buy any holiday presents for them. I mean, after all, they're on welfare. And with the price of postage these days, nobody even expects so much as a card from them. Which brings me to my next least favorite activity, sending Christmas cards. I hate buying them. I hate paying the postage to mail them, and I really hate addressing them. But even more than that, I hate trying to decide who to send them to. Every year, I go through the same weed out the list exercise. I tell myself it's silly to send cards to people I see all the time. I can wish them a happy holiday in person. So I scratch them off the list. But they come right back on the minute they send me a card, which is crazy. And what's even dumber is leaving on the list people I never see and hardly ever hear from. It goes something like this. Gee, I haven't talked to the Smiths in 20 years. I really should send them a card to keep in touch. Why? After 2 decades, we no longer have anything in common. And again, also, I have the uncomfortable feeling that a good number of the people on my list may be dead, unbeknownst to me, and I'm still sending them cards. I hope they at least get forwarded. It's just crazy, and all of this goes to explain why Christmas makes me nauseous. But from now on, it's going to be different. No more expensive gifts, no more cards to the world at large. Come January 1, I'm making a New Year's resolution to... Oh, God, that reminds me of my next least favorite activity. Making New Year's resolutions. But that's a whole other story, which I'll talk to you about next month. And meanwhile, I have a tip for simplifying your holiday gift shopping. I think you should go to your bookstore or to Amazon.com or one of the other online booksellers and buy a bunch of my books. If these are laugh lines, I'm having way too much fun. And the beautiful people and other aggravations. Your friends will love them, and I'll love you because it'll help finance my own holiday gift buying. That's it for now. Thanks a lot. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.